Hello my friends, welcome to my full review on the Kat Von D Alchemist palette. This has been highly requested on the channel and I am so thankful to have this. Once again, thanks to my friend Nancy who ordered this when they had the accidental pre-sale and sent it to me, which was so nice of her. Thank you Nancy for sending this to me. I really appreciate it. In case you do not know, my reviews are very long. They have lots of information, so feel free to use the skip ahead buttons down below to get to the sections that you are most interested in. So let's go ahead and jump into this palette and everything you need to know. So the first thing you need to know is this is formulated without parabens, sulfates, or phthalates. It is lip, face, and eye safe. It is cruelty-free. Sephora.com has this quote, is completely free of animal-derived ingredients, and Kat Von D Beauty has it listed as #vegan-alert. It does not say specifically this product is vegan, but it has those things on there that lead me to believe that this product is vegan. It is currently sold out on the Sephora website. I don't believe it was available for very long. It is listed as coming soon on Kat Von D's website, so if you're interested in purchasing this, you can sign up for an email alert when this does become available over there. It is sold in Sephora stores. I did call my local store to see if it was in stock, and it did sell out last week. They do have a truck coming in, but they're not sure if more of these will be on the truck, so check your local Sephora to see whether it's available in store. It says this palette is 7 years in the making. It is one of Kat Von D's passion products. She spent months perfecting the intricate letter A and the decorative scroll work featured on the front of the palette. So let's talk about what actually comes in here. So you get 4 pans of iridescent highlighter shade. It does come with a triangular shaped mirror that is about 1 centimeter away from the edge of the packaging. It is a cardboard packaging with magnetic closure, but it does have a smooth plasticky kind of outside, like it's been dipped in some kind of plastic. This is something that is not going to collect dirt super easily, and just because of the slip of the plastic. So if you're worried about fingerprints and smudges on packaging, this is actually a really good one. On the back it says Alchemist Holographic Palette, Face and Eye Highlighter Palette. It does mention that there are 4 pans in here at 1.53 grams a piece. Inside you do get the 4 shades. You get an emerald, a sapphire, a violet amethyst, and an opal. So green, blue, purple, and pink there. So talking about value, we're looking at the 4 pans at 1.53 grams each, which is 6.12 grams total. $32 for this palette divided by the 6.12 grams leads to $5.23 per gram, which is obnoxiously expensive. It's really, really overpriced for what you get in here as far as price per gram. And if you compare that to her Metal Matte palette, which was less than $2 per gram of product in the Metal Matte, I just don't get it. Maybe because she put so much love into it. I don't know. Maybe it's just calculated by the number of hours she worked on it. I don't know. But it's ridiculously expensive for a Kat Von D product. Speaking of this, when I put pictures of swatches of this up on my Instagram, make sure to follow me on Instagram for sneak peeks of swatches of products that I'm going to review. I got asked about the Anastasia Glow Kit in Moonchild. How does it compare? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't own that palette. Well, my friend Ishani over at Total Makeup Junkie 101 does own both, and she did a full review of both of them and did side-by-side swatch comparisons. I will link Ishani's video down below. I will also link a blog post that I found if you're more of a blog kind of person. The blog is called OurBeautyCult.com. There are swatches on that blog as well. The big takeaway that I took from both Ishani and the blog is that the big difference between this and the Moonchild palette is that the Moonchild palette has chunkier glitters in it. It's not as smooth of a formula, where this is very, very smooth and there's no actual glitter in it, which makes this one a little more attractive to me personally. So let's go ahead, without further ado, let me go ahead and show you the swatches of this palette so you can see for yourself how it performs on the skin.
Alright, here's the outside of the Alchemist palette. It really is pretty. When the light catches it, you can really see that holographic look on the outside. Now, looking in the pan, you really can't tell that much of a difference between the shades until you start swatching them. So these are the finger swatches. The first one is the green, the second is the blue, the third is the violet, and the fourth is the pink. Now next to those, I'm going to do brush swatches. This is the Real Techniques Bold Metals eyeshadow brush brush. I really love it for packing on color, so that's why I use this brush. There's lots of brushes you can use for swatches. This is just my favorite. Personally, I feel like they go on very nicely with a brush. I don't see much difference between a brush and the finger swatches. I decided to do also a blush brush since these can also be used for a highlight. So that is the way it applies with a fluffier blush brush, and I really like the way that these apply. In these swatches, you can't really see too much difference between the blue and the green, but on the eyes you really can tell quite a bit of difference if you're looking. If you're from far away, you might not be able to tell a difference between the blue and the green on the eye or the cheeks, but there's definitely a difference between the purple and the pink.
So now that you have seen the arm swatches, that is swatched over, no primer. I just put it straight onto my arm. I do want to show you some lip swatches as well to show you how this applies to the lips. Go ahead and show you those swatches right now.
Now for me, the most fun way to use these is actually on the lips. Now this is the brand new liquid lipstick by Kat Von D called Sanctuary. She's coming out with a brand new line of liquid lipsticks, and this is the first one that she did a pre-release on, and I just fell in love with the color swatch online, so I bought it. And I honestly don't think it looks as spectacular on my lips as it did on the model, but I still really like it. So this is the example of the way that these look over a deep brown shade, since that's trendy, you know, that whole 90s look. A lot of people have deep brown lips. I am going to show you also over red and over nude. So let's start with the emerald. This is going to give you that green brown look that you may like in certain eyeshadows. Now it looks a little crazy right now. It's a little Tyrone Biggums-ish right now, but it's going to get better, I promise. This liquid lipstick is quite dry, so when I press my lips together, it doesn't really blend nicely. So what I did was I grabbed my Blistex Deep Renewal and just put that over top, and I feel like that kind of melds the Kat Von D liquid lipstick in with the highlighter, and I feel like that really is necessary with a dry liquid lipstick to put some kind of lip balm or lip gloss over top. Now going into the blue here, this I think provides a really neat look. This is the blue-brown kind of look that you might get from some eyeshadows. Kat Von D actually did a blue-brown eyeshadow and it was gorgeous, but it's just a fun way to put it on the lips. And again, it's not blending very well into the lips, so using that lip balm really does make a difference of bringing it together. The highlighter doesn't last longer than the lip product, which is really nice. Now watch what happens when I put the violet shade on. Creates a really neat effect. One thing I notice about the violet shade though is it tends to be a little more powdery than the other shades. When applied to the lips, you get more chunks, and that happens with every single one of these swatches where you do see a little more powderiness, but then when you take that lip balm and you put it over top, you really, I mean, it just brings it all together, and it's just this gorgeous holographic purple shade. I mean, I just really love the dimension in this combination. Now we're going to look at the pink, and I feel like this one is, if there is such a thing, the most natural of the three and the most everyday wearable for someone that's looking for something less dramatic. Again, another just powdery because this liquid lipstick is so dry, so definitely recommend a lip gloss or a lip balm over top to bring them together, and you'll see how that comes out. And I think I'm going to wear this one all the time. I think it is so gorgeous. It just makes me happy in my heart, this color. Now moving on to the red, this is Bare Minerals Holiday Gen Nude Lipstick. I did put a little bit of concealer over my lips to just make sure all that brown was gone. This one is a very soft liquid lipstick. It doesn't dry down to completely dry. It's very hydrating. It's just a beautiful, creamy liquid lipstick formula. I want to show you the way these highlighters melded with a creamier liquid lipstick so you can see the difference in just how it might apply with other products that you have. So this is the green mixed with the red, which you think would probably look pretty creepy, and right now it does look creepy, but wait till you see it blended in. It is really cool looking. Isn't that neat? So now I'm going to put the lip balm over top of it, and I just think it's so pretty. I would never have thought to put green and red together to come out something like this, but it really brings the yellow tones out of the highlighter, which I really like. Now going into the blue shade, and of course this is going to give you that blue toned red. You know, it's just going to really accentuate that blue in the red and really bring it out and give you that pinky blue tone red look, and it's just so pretty. I love it. It really came out quite pink there, actually. Now the violet, wait till you see the violet, oh my goodness. And you can see those chunks coming up as well and just how chunky that can be. But just I mean, it looks like it's a black light, doesn't it? Doesn't it look like straight out of a black light in a dance club? I mean, it's just unbelievable the way the red pairs with the violet. It's just so pretty. And then finally the pink opal with the red, it kind of brings it down actually and kind of gives it a little more of a peachy tone rather than the bright ultraviolet kind of shade. And again, I do feel like this one is kind of the most, quote, wearable kind of interpretation of the red with these highlighters. Now moving into the nude, I wanted to use a drugstore product. So this is Daringly Nude by Maybelline. It's not my favorite nude in the world, but it was the one that I found and I've used it quite a bit and I do like it. But I'm not 100% sure how much I like the way that it meshes with these colors. I think you just have to have the right eye look with them. But isn't that kind of cool the way that that looks? I think when we put the balm over top, it definitely helps to bring it together, but I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of this color on me, but it may be really, really pretty on somebody else. Again, same thing with the blue. I'm not sure if I'm a huge fan of the blue with this nude shade either, but again, with the right eye look, the right person could really pull this off. Now we start getting to the ones that I like the best. The ultraviolet on top of the nude came out really, really pretty. Just kind of brought a complexity to it and just kind of a wildness to it. And it really just shows that violet color. I can see this as being a beautiful springtime lipstick. And then finally, of course, my favorite, the pink opal, really brings out the peach tones in it. And again, I feel like this one's my favorite, and I feel like this one is the most, quote, wearable with the pink opal.
Now that you've seen how it applies both to the skin and to the lips, let's go ahead and jump into ingredient analysis. This is where I look on environmentalworkinggroup.org and see whether there's any harmful, harsh chemicals in this. Harmful and or harsh and or nasty and or gross. Kat Von D, being vegan, being cruelty-free, typically doesn't have junk in it, but there are quite a few ingredients in here for people with sensitive skin that you may want to watch out for. Whenever I do these reviews, I feel like I'm just flipping this thing around, like wave your palette in the air. First three ingredients I'm not going to go into detail about because I talk about them in pretty much every single video. I will link down below more information about these. So the first one is talc, the second one is Ethylhexyl Palmitate, and the third one is Phenoxyethanol. Just know that they can all be irritants to some people. The next one is zinc oxide. It is a 2 to 3 on Environmental Working Group, 10 being the worst, 1 being the best. It is a colorant and it's only in sapphire. It can be used as a sunscreen in some products. I would imagine not in this product. 1 or more animal studies show allergenic effects at very low doses. 2 studies showed persistent and bioaccumulation in wildlife, and there's some evidence that it's harmful if it's inhaled. Just so you know, don't snort your blue sapphire, okay? It's not a good idea. So if you find that you're sensitive just to the blue shade in here, it is probably the zinc oxide that you are sensitive to. The next one is potassium sorbate. It is a 3. It's also a preservative. There's strong evidence of it being a human skin toxin or allergen by the Cosmetic Ingredient Review Assessments, which is a US-based research company. Also tocopherol acetate, which is also a 3. That is a skin conditioning agent. It's a form of vitamin E. There's strong evidence that it is a human skin toxin or allergen. Truth in Aging actually says that it is a skin sensitizer that can instigate immune system responses such as itching, burning, scaling, hives, and blistering of skin. I would imagine that would be in a higher concentration. So really and truly, if you have sensitive skin, you may want to skip this palette because there are so many ingredients in here that can be allergens for people. If you've never had problems problems being allergic to cosmetics before, you'll probably be absolutely fine with this. And again, don't snort the blue. Now, as far as my full review of this palette, I have to tell you, I really do enjoy it. I did not want to enjoy it, but I really did enjoy it. But I do feel like this is for a very special group of people that will enjoy it. If you go to work and you wear nude makeup looks and, you know, you're kind of a natural kind of person, you don't really go out of your comfort zone much, don't bother. It's not for you. This was not made for you, my friend. This is made for people that really like that shimmer and shine, really like to go out of the box with iridescence, putting iridescence on the lids, on the lips, on the cheeks. This is not for the average everyday person that's just casual makeup user. This is for someone that really likes fun, unique looks. I love putting this on my lips. It is such a fun way to spice up my entire lip collection, and it's so fun to play with. It's very enjoyable. I love how finely milled it is. I love how it applies. The only critique as far as the performance of this is the lasting power. The lasting power is not great, especially on the cheeks. The cheeks, it does not last me longer than 5 or 6 hours before it is completely gone. As far as its lasting power on the lips, it tends to fade with whatever lip product you're wearing. So if you have a longer lasting lip product, it will probably last longer than if you have a less longer lasting lip product. One thing that I find with a lot of lip toppers is that sometimes they'll hang around past the lipstick and leave this weird look. This does not do that. It tends to fade away, kind of blend in with the product and go away along with it. Now, as far as on the eyes, it does last, I feel like, the longest on the eyes. I feel like it'll get you through a good solid school or work day, but it will not last you into the night. You're gonna have to reapply. But I mean, overall, I'm really having fun with this. I do feel it is overpriced for what you get, but it is super fun, and I am really thankful to have it. I wish that she had either given more product or she had knocked down the price by about $5. Then I feel like it would have been in a more of a fair price range. So I want to thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, definitely make sure you hit the subscribe button. All of my review videos are this detailed and thorough, so I do have a playlist that I will also be linking down below to other reviews that are similar to this on other products that you may enjoy. Feel free to skip through that and enjoy it. And yeah, if you want to make sure you're notified whenever I do a new video, you can hit the bell down below. That'll also notify you for my news style videos. I have the Makeup Minute, which is a daily makeup news brief. I also have the full What's Up in Makeup news show on Sunday mornings that you may be interested in. That's kind of the other side of my channel. There's two sides. There's the review side and the news side, and you get both of them for the price of one, which is nothing. Sometimes I just start spouting off at the mouth, and what comes out ends up making absolutely no sense, but I'm okay with that. So I'm just gonna shut up now, let you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for spending part of your day with me. Mad love, and I'll see you soon. Bye!